Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series. In this lecture series, we are going to start a new subject, that is computer organization and advanced microprocessor. This is our first lecture, and in this lecture I'll give you a brief introduction about the subject. So as we all are in a computer science field, we spend our maximum time on computer, irrespective of what we are doing. Some might be very interesting in coding, programming. Some might be very interesting in web development or web designing things. And in this pandemic, maximum time is spent on the digital device. It can be your computer, your laptop, your tablet, or a mobile, anything. So what we feel that yeah, I know everything because we are doing C++ programming, because we are good in Java, because we design uh, very attractive web designs. So we think that we know everything about the computers, but a point comes or a moment comes when we all get confused, and that moment is the very first moment is when we go to buy a new device. When we see the configuration, of course that configuration is all about the hardware, right? So we get confused that what to buy, how to buy, which one is best, and then we start googling the things, that which one is good. Oh, what is written there? Cycle speed, processor speed, what is that? That I don't know. So this thing happens with everyone. It is once in a lifetime this happens, especially when people, especially with the people those who are connected with the computer science field. And second point comes when we get confused is hardware. Maximum people don't know that this part is called so and so thing. So this happened with everyone. So to because we are in a computer science field, it is not necessary that we know everything about the computer, but because we are in a computer science field, it is mandatory, it is essential for us to know about the hardwares, because hardware is equally important as software. We know C, we know C++, we know HTML, and so many other languages. We know Python, we know, but we don't know about the hardware. And so here we have this subject, and in this subject we'll learn about the hardware things. So as we know that today computers are used in almost all walks of life, right? Like banks, hospitals, schools, shops, everywhere. And in this pandemic, we now computers have become essential part of our life. Computer and internet becomes essential part of our life. So so of course, because it is an essential part of our life, we need to buy that product. And normally what we keep in mind when we go to purchase a computer or a laptop or a mobile, we consider few factors, few parameters in our mind. Like first thing we consider is of course cost is most important part, then good performance we require, then we go when we check for also we check for the easy programmability, low maintenance cost, and less downtime. That is also important, right? So that is a one thing. The second thing is the design of computer is highly sophisticated and complex. When you open the CPU, you will find that, oh my god, this is so complex design, so many components are there, and at that moment we feel that we don't know anything about the computer. And over the years, a variety of computers and techniques have been applied in designing and building it. And the core objective of this subject is to study these concepts and techniques of the computer design. So, the core motto of this subject is to learn about the actual organization of computer, and also we learn that how different parts are connected with each other and how they communicate with each other to perform a single task. Here I would like to give one example to you. Let's say, for example, when you click on a mouse, right? So what actually happens at that moment, when you click on the mouse, signal goes to the CPU, right? And then processor or a CPU process something on it, and then it gives, and then we see the movement of the cursor on the monitor. So all these parts are connected, all these parts are communicating with each other. And how they communicate, how they organized, because it is not only the thing that one task is there, so many multiple tasks are going on inside the system. We click on the mouse, somewhere we are downloading something, somewhere we are uploading something. So many tasks are going on at the same time. So how computer manages all these things, that also we will learn. So in this subject, what we are going to learn, I give you a brief idea about that. First, we learn about the basic architecture of the computer. See, suppose someone asks that how computer looks like, or what is a computer. So normally the prompt answer is one monitor is there, CPU is there, keyboard, mouse, and when we assemble all the parts, we get a computer, right? That we call the computer. So that is the basic architecture. But how they communicate, it is equally important to know. So that we will learn. Also, we will learn that how data travels from one location to another location to communicate, right? Because when we pass the signal, when we enter the data, how CPU process that data, and how we get the output. So this journey we will learn. Then we will learn about the different memory style, memory types, and their functionalities. As you can see on the screen, there is a motherboard, image of a motherboard, and you can find hundreds and thousands of components on a single board, and it is actually complex and sophisticated as well. We, of course, we are not going to learn about this in detail, but we will know that okay, this is a part and this is a component, and this component can communicate with the other component in such a manner, that we will learn. And in the very last section, we will learn about the microprocessor. In that section, we will learn about the latest microprocessor, its organization, and its architecture. So if I give you a brief idea about that what you will learn or what you will end up with the subject. So the very first thing that we will learn in this subject is internal architecture and organization of components in computer system. Then we will learn about the functions of different components inside the computer. One very interesting topic is there, and that topic is designing digital circuit. Of course, we learn on a paper only, but it is actually very interesting that how to design a circuit using different logic gates and applying the Boolean algebraic expressions using the truth table, that we will learn in detail. Also, we learn that how computer stores the data internally using different arithmetic operations. There is a standard, IEEE standard we call 74754, which we use to represent the data inside the system, and here we will do lots of sums. Then of course we'll learn about the various memory types and their working and their arrangement inside the computer based on the requirement. And in a very last section, we'll learn about the microprocessors working architecture, like its register organizations are there, its pin structure is there, and then in a very last section, we'll learn latest microprocessor for both the computers and mobile. So here one exercise for you people. There are 4 YouTube links. Just go and watch all the 4 videos. Are very short videos, like 2 to 4 minutes videos are there. Just go and watch these videos and make sure that before you start the next lecture, you have visited and you have watched these videos. Thank you. Happy learning.